Well, this thing says I'm live.
Mine says waiting for Piggy. Hey, there you are.
Or is it Memorex? I'll let you decide. Never know with YouTube anyhow.
I'm saying.
Where they like to mess around with stuff. Go to searching videos, they put the format different. Sometimes you scroll 2 videos at a time going down, sometimes 3. They'll give you one line of 3 and then it's a bunch of shorts. They show you stuff from days and weeks ago, but nothing that's right now.
Yeah.
Oh, these little farters. Something else I could say, but I don't think that would be received too well on here. Little strawberry Mentos there. Melinda Dobson.
Hey, Melinda.
How do you do? Or do I want to know? I might not want to know. One of these days, I'm going to figure out something about that light back there.
Well, that one up above you over there even makes it even brighter, so.
Well, that's the thing. It's that one back there. This one don't register on it.
I was talking about that one over there.
No, that one does this. Makes it a little darker right here, but you still got that big spaceship-looking glow back there.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, Piggy. The only thing I can tell you is we got to find another place to live.
I wish. Let's see who we got. There's Sampy.
Hey, Sampy.
How do you do? It's another Sunday. It's the end of another week. Tomorrow begins another week. Let's hope we don't have another week of Mondays this next week.
I'm saying. I'm tired of working some Mondays.
But at least not as bad, maybe have a Monday and then a week of Tuesdays. I might can live with that.
I can have a week of Fridays myself, but
No, that'd be too disappointing because you see every day is Friday, and until Friday actually hit, you wouldn't get no relief. She had to go sit with my aunt for a while today. And it's looking like that trying to get 3 days might not pull through. Different things cause me to believe that.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, thank you, Melinda. We do cake. Trust me.
Most definitely, I hope I do.
But don't get me wrong, I don't mind the driving. I know it's a bunch of idiots out there, and I'm prepared for most of them. God bless me with good peripheral vision, and that has made the difference. So, and we was going by one road, person stopped, they'd seen me coming, and right as I was going across the front of that road, they pulled out on me, and I had to go like this to get around them. Last minute thing, that quick. Things of that nature. That big truck I mentioned, it come out completely cutting off a white car that was going in the other direction, almost clipped me. And everything. He just pulled right out. Ain't seen me coming. He just pulled right on out anyway. Guess he figured I'd stop for his big old butt. No, you'd have hit me on my front left corner and you gonna buy me a new car. And any medical bills and anything like that, plus damages, plus pain and suffering. Your insurance company ain't gonna like you when I get done. Because say if I'm in anyway, you're gonna pay for me a new car, new house, and a pretty cute thing come in and help me leave and take care of me. That's just how I see it. Of course, that probably wouldn't work out well. I wouldn't be the dirty old man. I had a chance to be that when I was in the hospital. This cute little nurse, she'd take care of me. And she'd come in to give me a bed bath. And as she started from my feet up, she told me, she can get a male nurse. I said, nah. Put my hand on her forearm and I told her, I said, nah, baby. I said, it ain't about none of that. I said, you do what you got to do. Not that it did me any good, no how. I couldn't feel a dad blasted thing down there, no how.
Yeah, well, it would be time to stay with me in the car, that's for sure.
Oh, I'm sure Eileen would be dealing with her switch being flipped. I wouldn't have to do nothing. The way he would have hit me, she'd been okay by the time she got out the car. Oh, Lord have mercy, it's going to be on. That's right, Melinda. More money, more money. I'd make him pay for my car, give me his truck, possibly his house, sell it all, take his kids' college money. Yeah, I could be that cold. Let's make his insurance pay me millions in pain and suffering. They just don't know. They go to hit me. They don't know what they're going to get. And what they're going to get is very poor. Very poor.
You never know. They might wind up as poor as me.
Yeah, because I'd take all their money. I'd take all their assets and make their insurance pay millions. Pain and suffering and whatever else. I'm already disabled. Got a plate in my neck. You're gonna make sure you and your insurance gonna make sure that I'm taken care of very well for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
New cars, new home. Pretty little help come in to help out. They can take care of me. Then again, like I said, not that it would do me any good, because I'd be like a dog chasing a tire. I wouldn't know what to do with it if I got it. And even if I did, I wouldn't be well equipped enough to do so. So I'd just be screwed all the way around on that deal. If that happened and got all that, and that pretty little thing come to help her take care of me roaming around, I'd be looking at it and Elaine'd be laughing at me because she'd know I couldn't do nothing with it no how.
Yeah.
If I so happen to want to. I wouldn't want to. Looking at pretty things is one thing, but wanting to do something with it is another. When you've had the best and been on top of the mountain, everything else is downhill. That's right, Melinda. I got a plan too. I'm gonna dip down a minute. There's Piggus, my biggest piddles, Lori Carr. Thank you for that idea. I know Lori don't come in here no more. If she does, I don't know about it. Uh, but it's still a little early yet, so there might be others come in before long. You got that right, Melinda. I got a whole lot of bark. I just can't. I ain't got no teeth to sink into it with. Literally and figuratively. That's just kind of sad. But oh well.
Yeah.
Say la vie.
That's a deep subject, Art.
Like I said, say la vie.
Mm-hmm.
Such is life, and this is the hand I got dealt, so I might as well play it.
Well.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about too, Melinda. Ain't got no teeth to bite with, literally and figuratively. Of course, ain't got the one tooth to bite with on the figuratively. It don't work well anyway. So can't bite into something when you ain't got a chomper that'll bite into it. She's laughing at me. I'm gonna figure out a way to do something with that light. It does. I go back ideas. I mean, it just it's like a spaceship hovering there, all glowing up.
Looks like a halo over your head somebody's.
Wrong color.
Well, on mine, it looks like a halo. Yeah, she probably is taking a nap. I know she wasn't feeling good last night. Even though she joined us, she wasn't feeling good.
Well, with what she's going through, she does good to be up.
I'm telling you.
I hate it for her. I seen it coming a long time ago because different little things she'd say here and there. But she finally come out to me and told me a lot more about it and everything. And, you know, it's one thing to mourn a loss. It's another thing to know it's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, we know it's coming one way or another, sooner or later, for all of us. But to get it verified and know it's coming within a certain amount of time, you know, that's a hard one to swallow. You know, so the only thing you can do now is pray for her to keep her faith up and go home when it happens.
Yeah.
And though I'll miss her, I'll be glad for her when it does, because then she'd be home, not suffering.
hate the
So,
idea of anybody suffering.
like my daddy, when he was on his deathbed, they was all praying for the Lord to bring it through one last time. When I'd walked into his room and he looked at me and he says, "Why won't they let me go home? I just want to go home. Why won't they let me go home?" I didn't understand until I left out of there and went into the family room, saw them all there praying that God would bring them through one last time. I went off. I was not nice. And I told them, y'all have had him for all these years. I've already had him for the last 2. I'm going to lose more than all of you. But the man that suffered, he's paid his dues. He's ready to go home. And here you are being selfish, wanting him to make it through one more time. Y'all a bunch of selfish. I don't know what I called them. It's been so long ago and I was so pissed, I don't know what all I said. But I know this. His Baptist preacher, along with him, was praying for God's will instead of their selfish wants. Now, for a Baptist preacher, he had a good preacher. Had that nice deep voice. I mean, he had all the criteria for being a Baptist preacher. But like they say, Baptist is just good training ground for somebody who's ready to follow Jesus. Verna Corden.
Welcome in.
Have I seen that name before? I don't know that I have. But if I ain't, welcome in. Glad to have you. Glad you stopped by. But anyway, I went off on them and they was praying God's will instead of letting him make it one more time when I got done. I was not nice. I gave them all a lesson in Scripture and what God wants, including that Baptist preacher. Well, Verna, where do you hail from?
I think she's from the Philippines.
She did? Where'd she say that at?
I'm on her channel looking at it.
Oh, okay. From the Philippines. I knew a bunch of great ladies from the Philippines when I was in the Marine Corps. Mama Linda!
Hey, Mama Linda.
Yeah, I knew a lot of great ladies. There was one woman I saw like a second mom. Her name was Virgie. Met a few other ladies. There's another Filipino lady that was out there. Oh my God, she. But she was married. And being a Marine, a warrior, honor dictated that I could not go there. I've seen her waist up, totally bare. She'd come there drunk, trying to stay away from the very thing she run into, coming to Virgie's place. I got her out of her shoes and I got her out of her top. That made me sweat. Put her to bed, walked out the room, cutting off the lights and shutting the door on my way out. There was a part of me that was kicking myself in the butt. Because, oh my God, that woman was gorgeous. But she was one of Virgie's friends. She was married. And I have a code of honor. Mama Bear!
Hey, Mama Bear.
Got up the next day. She got up. We were introduced formally, and I acted like the previous night did not happen. That girl was at Virgie's every weekend, either before I got there or after I got there. Took care of me when I was sick. Took care of me when I was hurting. That girl would have divorced her husband and come with me if I had made even an inkling of letting her know that I'll go there. Hurt like hell to leave. But I was a man of honor. Mike, talking about Stampy, he was in here earlier. I don't know if he still is or not. But yeah, I got mad respect for Filipino women.
Not only are they, the majority of them, beautiful, they're also beautiful at heart.
Beautiful, beautiful at heart, smart, industrious.
Oh, yeah.
You talk about making a penny scream. Oh my goodness. They are some of the best at it. But that Pinky, that was her nickname, Pinky. Her name was Maria, but she went by Pinky. And as far as physical beauty, I've never seen one as beautiful then or since. Physically. But she did have a beautiful heart. And I did understand why she was looking at me. A lot of Marines that go over there and bring their little wives from the Philippines over here, they didn't treat them so well. They'd get them over here and get them in such a situation they had nowhere to go or turn to. So they had to deal with it. Pissed me off. They got one of the world's best women there is, and they treat them like dirt. Made me mad. But there wasn't nothing I could do. Had there been something I could do, oh, Lord of mercy. Lock, cocked, and ready to rock. But that's not what God had for me. I wouldn't have brought her into my world anyway. A lot of mine are a bunch of racist jerks. Of course, they've been made to pay for it. In certain ways. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Got mixed grandbabies. Beautiful little babies. Sat at a, went to a family get together, dinner. They got talking about sticks, wetbacks, and all that other stuff, all like that. And I'm just sitting here thinking, and y'all call yourselves Christians? That's what was going on in my mind. Y'all call yourselves Christians, and y'all sitting here talking racist things to me. I don't like a liar. I despise a liar. I can look over a thief quicker than I could a liar. You know, if he's honest and tells it straight up, yeah, I stole from him, man. I can have more respect for a thief than I can a liar. But a hypocrite wanting to claim being saved and following Jesus, and you throwing out spit and went back, N-word, and this and that and the other, and all like that, you're lower than even a liar to me. Woman falls for a man falls for a woman. Doesn't matter if they're black, white, Filipino, some other Oriental or race or whatever. You can't help that. They have a baby. That baby gets here. It means that's because God meant for that baby to be here.
Mm-hmm. I've got many mixed babies in my family.
You know, I mean, generations removed, I'm a mix. My granddaddy on my father's side was full-blooded Cherokee. I mean, my daddy was half Cherokee. He always said he was quarter Cherokee. But I guarantee you look at him, you're looking at a Cherokee. Matter of fact, I don't know where it's at. May have her look for it. I'll show y'all a picture of my daddy from way back. There it is. See that picture right there? See that black-haired man with the dark skin? Y'all tell me that ain't a Cherokee. Yes, Melinda, we all are. It don't matter if we're white as can be. I guarantee you got something else in you too. There ain't nothing been pure blood since Adam and Eve in their first few generations. It was Cain who went out and did things. It was Samson went out and played anything he could get a hold of. But they ain't nothing been pure since thousands of years ago. If it weren't meant to be, God would not have allowed it. That was in line with his purpose, his design, his plan, what he already figured up on his program. Because he wrote this program, he knows everything in it. If it weren't meant to be there, it wouldn't be there. Right? I got some Irish and German and other stuff in me. I'm the Heinz 57 if there ever was one. Of course, Evan! Irish, Scottish, German, all that is Caucasian anyhow, so got some French in there. When I get really seriously ticked off, I have an Irish accent that is so thick, you can't tell it's not authentic. Had a serious relationship one time. She found that out. She ticked me off so bad I went down into an anger that brought out the Irishman in me. And I was talking in an Irish accent that you couldn't tell wasn't true. I'm going to dip down a second. So the genetics are in there somewhere. In the genealogy and in the brain somewhere. It came out big. I sounded more Irish than Colm Meaney, who's played on Star Trek and Stargate Atlantis and all that. Y'all know who he is. My accent came out thicker than his. Great actor, though. Very diversified. He can play good guy, he can play bad guy, and he's really good at both. But anyway, enough of that. Mama Bear, I see you on Facebook. You're still very active, putting stuff out there. Proud of you. Well, Melinda, that's how I see it. I don't see my heritage as this race or that line or the other line. I see me as I'm an American. I believe in America. I believe in what the founding fathers set forth. I believe in doing what's right. Mama Linda, you gonna make my butt go to hurting again. There you go, Abbott. Exactly right. You're gonna be mixed with see yourself as mixed. See yourself as mixed with that right there. Exactly right. Well, yeah. Whole lot of Spanish and Mexican down there. Ain't nothing wrong with that either. Just do things the right way. Worked at a place one time, came to lead man. And I was having some problem with some of my crew because they were almost all Mexican. And they were playing that game that they didn't understand English. So I had this Mexican woman that worked there in another department come over and translate for me. Chris! Well, her name was Maria too, by the way. A lot of Marias. Use it, Melinda. Average like me. If you hear something that's good, use it. That's what it's all about. There was a time I was studied well enough that if I'd have done a little more, I could have sat back and wrote books and sold them as a biblical scholar. But God wouldn't let me do that because he kept it on my heart that to sell what I know would be going against his will because his word is supposed to be spread freely. So I never did that. So like me, Avid, if he says something profound, He's going to want you to use it because there's power in it. You speak it, it'll have power that God intends to use His way. So anyway, I know I was saying something. Oh, that woman Maria, come over and translate for me. Well, she translated my wishes that night. And at the end of it, in front of those fellas, she told me, she said, and don't let them fool you that every one of them know English very well.
Hey, Evan. Hey, Chris.
The looks in those on their faces was priceless because she busted them out. Well, even out from that little translation session, Tina, where's Flicky?
Hey, Tina.
You're not late. You're right on time. You're here when God had for you to be here. If you're wondering where that came from, it came from me. But I like for everybody else to use it because it's accurate.
And Chris, come and tell us we said hi.
And after leaving out from that, I asked her, I said, Maria? I said, you speak great English. I said, but how come I don't ever hear you speaking your native tongue very often? She looked at me and she said, I came to America to be an American. And in America, you speak English. I gave her 2 thumbs up. She gave me a thumbs up. And she was walking away looking back at me. And yeah.
So Jesse went to the laundromat.
Well, she get internet with her phone and stuff. So she get there, she ain't got no excuse not to be here. Tell her said, Piggy said hi. Piggy said, howdy. Flicky, 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 flicky. I am making God's creation hot sauce and salsa. Oh, Lord have mercy. There's a contradiction in there, I'm going to tell you. Tana Avid likes that hot stuff, those hot peppers.
Okay, you're buffering on mine, Piggy. Might be my internet. Okay.
It might be. Might be my computer. I ain't shut it off in days. I probably should have shut it off and started it back up before I did this, but
Yeah.
we'll deal with it. I'll turn it off and turn it back on before the next one.
Yeah, I lost internet earlier on my laptop. And that's what happened here is I lost internet.
You're making candle holders today. Well, all right. I've seen some quick clips of you working on something. I need to check that out. You know, you really make some beautiful stuff. You know that, right? I think it was a cross or something you made. It was purple. Ooh, I hate that for you, Tina. Only takes 1 drop. Oh, Lord have mercy. That is hot stuff. That proof's in the pudding, Tina. I've seen what you do. I see what you create. I mean, you know, give credit where credit's due. I mean, I'm glad you're humble about it, but still. Proof's in the pudding, and the pudding's awful good. I can go as hot as jalapeno peppers and sometimes salsas that have a touch of habanero. Anything hotter than that? No, I can't hang with you. No, you don't. I love purple. The thing about it, the original Road Runner car, Yeah. And you ain't near as bad. You tell Eric this. If he thinks you've got a problem with it, I knew of a woman when I was in high school. I played drums for not just a high school band, but uh, another guy that was a singer and a couple of other guys. His mama loved purple so much that she painted her house purple and she painted her old Ford truck purple with a brush, wheels and all. So you tell Eric, unless you start getting that bad, and it wasn't a pretty purple either. Well, purple's a beautiful color. It's also a color of royalty. Right? So you tell Eric, until you get that bad, you ain't bad. So, and you're doing good with the purple because, I mean, like with that cross, well, it don't get no more royal than Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is as royal as you can get. So it's very befitting. So yeah, you let Eric know until you get that bad, you ain't bad. There you go. That'll send a message to anybody that sees it on a subliminal, subconscious level to recognize the royalty of Jesus Christ. I mean, not only does he own it all, he made it all. So of course he owns it. He made it. All of it. Everything we know, see, touch, feel, smell, all of it. He made it. Anything that man's able to make is because he allowed it to be made. Boy, howdy, Evan. I can definitely relate to you on that. I'm not supposed to be above the ground, much less walking. When I had this right here done, I wasn't expecting to come up off the table, not move neck down if I did. Y'all see me now. Here I am, standing up, shaking around. I know y'all couldn't tell much about that, my big gut in the way. Yes, ma'am. The original craftsman. The best. He was a carpenter. And that was, low level carpenter. Back in those days, carpenter wasn't looked at much better than a gardener or a fisherman. Fishermen were more regarded than carpenters were, I think. So, but he made it all. He even made the atoms that make it all up. Every neutrino, he made it. He knows how many of them there are, and he knows where each of them's going. Something happened to your hip, Evan? So, yeah, Tina. I like to dabble in woodworking. Well, at least I used to. I can't really do it anymore. But I recognize great work. You've got talent, girlfriend. You've got talent. You might not be a stumpy nubs yet. But give yourself time. Yeah, but like I said, I can definitely relate to that because I'm not supposed to be above ground, much less anything else. And I can say that on multiple occasions. Been dead 3 times. I've been saving myself a few times. Enough times for me to say to God, okay, God, I get it. I'm not allowed. I tried. God wouldn't allow it. You do it good enough to make some money at it, honey. And I'm sure they're not going for cheap. You keep rocking that. You're doing good. You're doing good with your videos too. You're doing what I told you. Everything is content. And I doubt you're putting out as much as what you got. So do I, Tina, but they don't never turn out too good. Best things I've made are those units that we use in the kitchen, and the lane was behind that design.
They're still rough, but they get the job done.
I was going to say, if we'd have used better materials, hardwood and stuff, they'd look great. But they function for what we need. Oh, fantastic. Good to hear that, Tina. I'll be looking for them. And don't doubt yourself. You never know. You might not never have James's knowledge, but don't doubt that you can produce something as good as he can. If you always put yourself down in lieu of somebody like Stumpy, you'll never get there to find out. Well, that's good. You set things up the way you feel they ought to be, and Elaine's finding out the same thing. She's thinking about doing one a week plus her lives and just leaving it at that. She seems to get better numbers on that.
Well, fact too that we don't eat enough for me to do 2 or 3 videos a week.
Right? Ooh, that had to hurt. I bet it still does hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I know me, what I went through. These days, I get aches and pains. It's just, I deal with it and I get by. But it can be hard with actual pieces of material floating around. Lord have mercy. That's why I'll tell folks, as bad off as I am, I know these others got it worse in one way or another. And I know you women's level of tolerance for pain is far greater than a man's. And you ladies say it hurts. That's rough. I said stuff to that effect in front of her cancer doctor. What was his name?
Dr. D?
Dr. D. De Pasquale. Call him Dr. D. When he was examining her for the first time, I said some stuff to that effect. Saw a little bit of a smile cut up on one side of his mouth. Because he knew that I was a man that understood. When he went to examine her, he was going to go off of what those in LJ had done. And when I told him how that went down, he thrust that file back into his assistant's hands and started calling off stuff for her to get. He was going to do his own dadgum biopsy. When I told him that they come out looking for me, help figure out what was going on with her, she'd went into shock and they didn't know what was going on. And I told him, I said, I'm just an old Marine from a long time ago with the most very basic field first aid. And I was having to tell them that she was in shock. That's when he handed LJ's file back to them and started having her get out stuff for him to do his own biopsy. Yes, you have, Mama Linda. You told me stuff. Lord, honey, I feel for you. I really do. I still say what I said before in our talks. We'd rather have you. I know there's some things that are inevitable, but even so, we'd rather have you. So, there's that. Yeah, Dr. D, he heard what I had to say on that, and he tossed that file away to his assistant, Carol, redheaded woman. She was as sweet as could be. But during his doing his biopsy of her, she went into shock again. But Dr. D and Carol recognized it, and they took care of the situation like a smooth shift from one gear to another in an automatic transmission that you couldn't feel like a Cadillac, and took care of the situation. I was both impressed and not impressed because I could see the difference in caliber of skill between him and Carol and those up there in LJ. There was a bunch of chickens running around with their heads cut off because they didn't know half what they were doing. Worst I get on that, ladies, is sometimes this finger right here, I be holding, I go to do something, and it'll shift this way. And I ain't doing it. It's just the nerves that does it. That's what happens with my fingers, Melinda. I'll be playing one of my games or something. I'll go to touch one thing, my finger will go whoop and touch something else. Messes me up on the game, ticks me off something fierce.
I know I don't need it, but I'm going something here crazy with a blizzard.
I can't,
I know you can drive. I can drive. You can drive.
Lord have mercy.
He did not want me driving.
Is it going to be one of those?
What?
We go any way you drive?
No.
All right. Well, maybe we can stop tomorrow.
Where are we stopping from? We ain't going nowhere tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're off tomorrow. Oops. I was thinking we was going to, well, we ain't going to have a Monday tomorrow, folks, because we ain't going to be out in it. Well, we could still go tomorrow. I wish I'd have known a lot sooner.
Well, it didn't hit me till it popped up in front of me, and I saw one, and I'm like, that sounds good. It looks good. It didn't do it earlier, so I didn't know earlier.
Well, sometime this week, folks, we'll be stopping to get a blizzard.
Yeah, Piggy don't like my driving.
Well, I mean, after this is done, Troy!
Hi, Troy.
After this is done, we can go if you want to. I'll grip that old crap bar and
Okay.
deal with it. I was thinking about one the other week myself anyway. I'm going to drop down, folks.
See what kind of flavors they got over here while he's doing that.
Right. See if they got something I could have. You can't hardly find anything without any chocolate these days.
I'm sorry.
Well, she's really good at riding that white line like you're really supposed to. But, folks, I have felt the edge of the pavement go under the tires a few times. That's a little bit too close for my comfort. Who's married again, Troy? Or Mama Linda?
He's saying here, don't like my driving either.
Well, I'll tell you, I've seen you're driving when you've done videos where you're driving down the road. You don't look like you do too bad. But us guys do, those of us who know how to drive, do have a little trouble with anybody else driving. There's only one woman I was truly comfortable with driving. She didn't have but one arm. I was comfortable with the lanes until she had trouble with her eyes. But she says her eyes are getting a little better in some ways, so because of stuff that we're doing.
Oh, yeah. When I'm out on the road, if I'm taking the glasses on, I can see fine.
It's just that sometimes the edge of the pavement goes under the tires. And gets me unnerved, to say the least. Folks, I'll eventually figure out a way to get this set up where I can be looking dead at the camera while seeing that over here on the monitor. Could figure out how to set up one of my cameras onto the monitor and plug it in. That way it's directly on it, and I wouldn't have to look at the computer at all. Then y'all be seeing me up close and personal. Woo! Crazy eye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't get it, Mama Linda. How and why that come up?
But
She said they're married again. When the edge of the road goes under it, Avid, that's when I get a little puckery. Because I can feel half the tire go over the edge, and I'm sitting there going, oh. Yes, Mama Linda, my eyeballs are gray blue. On Yahoo, I used to have a, a moniker that said, they are gray blue for you. I was kind of glad that went away, the Yahoo cat stuff, because I can't tell you how many guys were hitting me up thinking I was a woman, and you couldn't convince them otherwise.
they don't have the man. This I saw from Melinda said something about have muscle spasms in the back. That stuff works. It don't have the Lands Act
It's
on it.
South Moon. It's called South Moon.
No, it's called Lands F. That's the name that's on the thing, but it's in the box. It's Lands F. LANZF.
LANZF.
Yeah.
Well, Melinda, that's what it looks like. Soothing massage gel, kind of an orange bottle, white top, that type of bottle. I've got a herniated disc in my lower back that's really rough. She put it on my back once. It helped a lot.
I put it on his back every now and then. I put it on it several times, and I put it on
Did
my.
you, did you get a did you get a good enough, long enough look at that, Melinda?
I put the name in the chat for her if she wants it. You can get it through Amazon, through the Tickety Tockety Shop.
Oh Lord, Melinda, I'm okay. I won't complain. In lieu of that,
Yeah, but I use it on my back. I use it on my knees. I use it on my fingers. It's for joint pain. It said that the advertisement on it says if you have meniscus tears, ACL, herniated disc, anything like that, it works on it and it should help relieve it within 7 days.
like I said, I've got one in my lower back, herniated disc.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the one that was in my neck, but to my knowledge, it ain't cracked, crushed, and calcified like that one that was in my neck.
I started using it on my ankles and my toes, my feet,
Yeah.
and that burning sensation that I used to have, no feeling, has eased up and almost gone away.
Yeah. But yeah, Melinda, get that. Use it religiously. It should help.
Yeah. A tube of it cost me $20 something off of Amazon, but it doesn't take very much at all. I mean, it's just a very small dollop for whatever area because once you start
Very
spreading
small because it does spread very well.
oh yeah.
I'll put her. I'll put her some dabs on there about that long each, about 3 of them. It takes me about 5 minutes to get it all to soak in.
Yeah, it don't take but maybe.
So you could use a third of that, and it'll go a very long way.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I use it on my knees, my hips, my back, my neck. Since I've been using it on my neck, I've been having much pain in my upper shoulder and back area.
So find it, get you some, try it out. Let us know if it helps any. It's helped her. It's helped me.
It's like with those protein shakes last night. If it's something I see that's working for me,
Right?
I will put it out there for others to try to see if it works for them.
Yeah. Where do you say you get it? Amazon, TikTok?
Amazon. That's where I bought this was Amazon. They sell it on TikTok, but I got mine from Amazon.
Okay. So you got two options to look for it, Melinda. TikTok or Amazon.
And I don't know if
It might not grant you total relief, but it'll give you some.
Mhm.
Y'all know us. We ain't going to promote something that don't work at all. That's just how it be. They gonna still be open by the time we get done
Should be, yeah.
and can get down there.
Uh, they shouldn't post about 8 or 9. Yeah.
Well, look it up, make sure.
I'm looking.
She wants some Dairy Queen, a Blizzard.
They close at 9.
We got plenty of time. Then I've noticed, Melinda, it ain't got no smell.
It's not a bad smell if it is. It has a little bit of smell, but it's not a bad smell. It's actually pretty nice.
I can't smell it. So there you go. Of course, my nose don't work as good as hers does. Works better than it used to, but not as good as hers. I can't smell it. So that would be a plus. I don't know what kind of what kind of rub you talking about, unless it's Ben Gay or something.
Yeah. I understand how much thinking because there's several of them out there
Yeah, well,
that has the
as far as I'm concerned, this stuff ain't got no smell.
yeah, it's like I said, to me it smells okay, I ain't got a problem. And the fact that it absorbs in really well and gets into the joints and I'm amazed. Like I said, I put it on my feet, my ankles, my knees, hips, and I've been walking better. I've had less what is it? Neuropathy pain in my legs since I
Right.
started using it.
And she gets real bad in the hips sometimes when we walk, go shopping. She's had like 90% less of that.
Yeah.
So just saying. Just saying. Well, folks, it's getting on towards 7. About 20 minutes. Things seem to have slowed down a little bit. At least for me, anyway. She wanting a Blizzard. I've been thinking about one off and on for about the last 2 or 3 weeks. So I guess we're going to go and scare the poo out of the piggy and go get a Blizzard.
Yeah.
Y'all think about it. Piggy loves you.